Turkey is building the fifth generation fighter jet. It's flying, it's being exported, but its engine supply is stuck in Washington. This is the story of Turkey's KAAN fighter jet and why geopolitics may decide its future. Well, let me tell you that Turkey has confirmed that it has received the first 10 engines of its first domestically developed KAAN stealth fighters. These are US-made F-110 engines supplied under a contract involving Turkish aerospace industries and GE Aerospace. So far, so good. But here's a major problem between this deal. Turkey needs 80 more engines, and for that, it needs US government license. Those licenses are still not approved. Why? Because of the sanctions. After Turkey purchased Russia's S-400 air defense system, the United States imposed a CAATSA sanction. Well, in 2020. Since then, Turkey's access to certain US defense technology has been restricted. Now, that decision is coming back to haunt KAAN program. Even as Turkey celebrates the progress, uncertainty hangs over the jet's core. Well, it's the engine. And here's what makes it more dramatic. Just days ago, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan announced a major export deal. Turkey has agreed to sell 48 KAAN fighter jets to Indonesia. That's a huge win for Ankara's defense industry. But exporting jets mean nothing if production slows down. Turkey says it's working on a domestic engine, the TF-35000, for a future KAAN variant. Well, the design phase began in 2024 and completion is targeted for the early 2026. But experts warn that this is just an early stage development. This brings us to a major twist. Turkey wants to deliver the first KAAN aircraft to its Air Force by the end of 2028. But the fate of 80 critical engines depends on the US congressional approval. And the resistance in Washington remains strong. Lawmakers insist that Turkey must fully abandon the S-400 system before any waiver can be granted. Until then, license remains stalled. So Turkey faces a strategic dilemma: rely on US engines and political approval, or accelerate a risky push for a full self-reliance. Either way, KAAN has to become more than a fighter jet. It's now a test of Turkey's defense independence and its strained relationship with the West. So, now comes a big question. Will Turkey break free from the US defense dependence? Or will its sanctions decide the future of its most ambitious fighter jet? Tell us what you think in the comments.